Have you never flown on a plane? Or are you scared of flying? Then this video is for you. Over the years that I've been making flight reviews and aviation content, I've received quite a few messages and comments with people who haven't flown in their lives, are perhaps scared of flying, or just don't really know what to expect. So on this regular flight from London Heathrow to Dublin aboard British Airways, I'm going to be going into a little bit more detail than usual about the flying experience, to hopefully try and explain some things and settle some nerves. In this video I'm joined by somebody else who isn't an av geek, so you don't just get my av geek opinion, which of course is going to be a little bit biased because I bloomin' love planes. You also get some random Donnies who just get a plane because they kind of have to go somewhere. Do you get what I mean? This is my friend Zach, who unfortunately I've known for many years now. We've done a fair few random things together, but we've never been on a plane together. In fact, Zach has never been on a plane. It's a lie. I'm sorry, it is just a lie. But you were 6, so does it count? No, not really. But the point still stands, as he can't remember it, and I know that there are plenty of people who haven't been on a plane before, and to be honest, people who haven't been on a plane before, like Zach, who they were 6 years old, don't exactly have the best flying experience, so perhaps could be a little bit sort of unknown of what to expect when coming into the flight. So if that's the position that you're in, then this is exactly the video for you. Now, granted, I can't cure anything, so if you do have a genuine fear of flying, then I'm really sorry to hear that. But the aim of this video is to hopefully give you some more knowledge and potentially some more confidence when planning to fly again soon. Yo, it's Joel Shavalino here, and a very warm welcome from Heathrow Airport Terminal 5, where I'm about to catch a flight on a British Airways Airbus A321neo down to Dublin in economy class. And today I'm joined by Zach. It's the wrong bloody way. There we go. I'm joined by Zach. In the intro, I've probably done some dramatic thing. I'm going to say it's your first ever flight, but it isn't. We're lying. But you were 6, so does it count? No, not really. Exactly. Anyway, we're going to go get this flight, but first we're going to go and have a ride on the bloody the pods, because they look cool, and I haven't done it in a few years. So let's go do that. Here we go, welcome to the modern world. Right, John, do the honours. What are the honours? Press the screen.
Press the screen.
Yeah, you're going to experience the amazing pod.
Right, we'll do it in French.
Okay, just station A or B, just pick.
Okay.
Here's us.
What bollocks is this?
Right, close the doors, would you?
How?
On the button next to you.
Close the door?
Yeah. Because it's for people who park in that car park.
Yeah,
that this goes to.
Start.
Yeah. And any second now it should begin.
Can we go?
Oh.
We're in a broken one.
Whoop!
Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell, we almost died. Oh, we're gonna
5
die.
minutes. What the bloody hell?
Oh,
Changing gears, ref.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, this thing can drive better than I can. Bloody hell. I remember coming in here the first time ever. I came in here like years ago when I was probably like 11, but doing this channel. Yeah, just for fun, like we are now, and it's still just as cool. This still fascinates me. These pods are so cool. Ramp, mate, watch out, we're dead. So Zach, tell me, how are you looking forward to this British Airways Airbus A321neo?
No idea.
He knows nothing about planes, by the way. John, no fun fact, 6 years ago I was in this randomised car park, and I mean he's a randomised car park, stood on top of me down to truck, plane spotting. I'll insert the clip now.
Right, see that plane in the background? That's New Zealand! Oh, lovely! But anyway, we're going to go get on the pods now, because I've never done them before.
Right, we've arrived and we've put our booking in, so I assume we can just go back on again. Here we go then. Alright. See you at the terminal. A trip on the pods for no reason was the perfect way to start off a trip to Dublin for no reason. But now it's time to get on with the flight. I'm going to be taking you through each flight process, keeping it quite informative, but like all my videos, a tad unserious. Firstly, most airports are split into multiple terminals. It is vitally important to check which terminal your flight is departing from so you know where to go at the airport and don't show up at the wrong one. Heathrow has 4 terminals, terminals 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you can find out the information of what airlines depart from which one on the Heathrow Airport website and most likely your airline itinerary. Terminal 1 closed in 2015 before anyone asks. British Airways use Terminal 5 for almost all of their flights, apart from a select few which go from Terminal 3. Terminal 5 opened in 2008 and is a spectacular looking terminal. Once you enter the terminal, look for the displays which advise you where to go to check in a bag and get your boarding pass. If you have checked in online and don't have any bags, it's not necessary to go to these screens. You can use your mobile boarding pass on the British Airways website or app to get through security, which can be found by following the signs. The security process differs from airport to airport, but the bottom line at every single one is they are checking what is in your bag and what you have with you. Make sure you don't bring any of these on the flight or you're going to get in quite a lot of trouble. Once through at security, you'll be welcomed into the landside area. This area at Terminal 5 is very nice and laid out over several floors. There are several restaurants, cafes and shops to visit around the airport, including a vast duty-free area to get all of your duty-free cravings. Okay, it's gate A8 for today's flights. We just walked over there and it was A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and that's it. So now we've got to go find A8 and I can see the signs to A8. As I just mentioned, boarding today was from gate A8, which is like every gate here at Heathrow. One thing worth noting is that if you're on a long haul flight, you will most likely be departing from one of the other satellites, which are called Satellite B and Satellite C. What you need to do to go to these is follow the signs for those satellites and get on the train, or walk, which will take you there. Here's some footage of me doing exactly that a few flights ago.
If your flight is departing from B or C gates, please board the next available train from either platform.
It's always an exciting experience to head to the B or C gate, as this is only for wide-body aircraft.
It's now time to get ready to board our flight, and as promised, I am going through each step of the flight, so let's just recap that really quickly. The order of things goes: arrive at the airport, check in if necessary, head through security, drink, dine and shop, head to the gate, get on board the aircraft. Here we go then, first time on a plane since you were 6, doesn't count, you can't remember it barely. Yeah, here we bloody go then, right? It's going to be really anticlimactic, I'm afraid, mate. I mean, I love it, because we're queuing in the tunnel. Our aircraft for today is Golf Tango November Echo Bravo, a 1.1-year-old Airbus A321neo, delivered brand new to British Airways in December 2023. Once on board the aircraft, you've got to find your assigned seat. This will be displayed on your boarding pass. 2 windows. He stole the window seat off me. I'm absolutely bloody fuming. I'm stuck in the bloody middle seat. Jesus. Anyway, on board the British Airways A321neo in economy class towards the back of the plane. 28 is the row. Good plane. It's alright. It's only a year old, so didn't expect it not to be, but I'll talk more in a bit when the people aren't looking at me. Once on board the aircraft, once everybody else has boarded, they will push back the aircraft and start taxiing towards the runway. There'll be a safety demonstration where the cabin crew show you any things that you need to do in the unlikely event of an emergency situation. This is the first point in the flight when some noises start, and if you don't know much about planes, you might be a little bit startled by them. Let's not beat around the bush. First of all, this is the noise of the engine starting. On this aircraft, it's a NEO, which stands for New Engine Option, so it's a much quieter, more modern engine. However, on older aircraft, this might be much, much louder. However, everything is fine. Then it's time for the aircraft to taxi to runway, which is simply just driving until you get to the runway. Specific to Airbus is this weird soaring noise that I'll play for you after I finish speaking. On Airbus aircraft, the power transfer unit automatically shifts hydraulic power from one system to another when a pressure imbalance is detected. This ensures that the critical flight controls continue to operate correctly, and the noise you sometimes hear is simply the sound of the PTU doing its job, and absolutely nothing to worry about. Now it's time for the takeoff process. Once the aircraft is lined up correctly on the runway, the pilot will introduce thrust, which will be at a predetermined level calculated before takeoff. The aircraft will then gain speed whilst going along the runway. Sometimes the aircraft can bump around a bit whilst rolling, but that's no different to driving over a bumpy country lane in your car. Once at a predetermined speed, known as V1 speed, the aircraft is at a speed which it must take off. Then they reach VR, which is rotate, when the nose of the aircraft will lift up ready to get into the air, and then V2, which is the takeoff safely speed. this day, I'm still not sure what he was confused about, to be honest, but I'll explain takeoff process. We're now going to climb up to our cruising altitude. There's a couple of constraints on the way, so we might stop climbing about 6,000 feet as we avoid other UK airspaces, but then once we get above the clouds to our cruising altitude, we can sit back and enjoy the flight. During takeoff, you might feel sort of pressure, but that makes sense, right, because you are going up, so you're going to feel some sort of pressure, but you shouldn't feel uncomfortable, and it's nothing to worry about. Please do not be worried. Planes are guided by a system slightly similar to a sat-nav that has designated waypoints in which the aircraft will follow. The plane is also on autopilot for the majority of the flight, so that shuts up any myths or rumours that the pilot is just guessing where to go. And then try to say more than dead or good. What was your thoughts on that first takeoff you've experienced since 11 years? Yeah, cheers. Go on then. Give us a bit more of an in-depth review. It's Travelino channel after all.
Got a lovely view.
Yeah.
Well, plane expert here.
Yeah.
Thought we could find this way around the airport.
It's a lie.
Good start.
At one point you said, without you, how would I know where I was going?
That's true. There was a big sign. I was just being stupid.
The world's best. After you're climbing, you'll slowly but surely get to your cruising altitude, and now it's time to enjoy the splendid views. During cruise, the autopilot flies a predetermined flight plan, as I explained earlier, using that FMC, which is kind of like the sat-nav thing. This will have a list of waypoints which the plane will align with and fly to during the flight, and the ATC and the pilots will work together to avoid turbulence and other aircraft. I'm also going to briefly show you around the seats area on an economy class like this one. In front of you there'll be a seat pocket where you can find an in-flight magazine and menu, a safety card with more information about what to do in an emergency situation, and a sick bag if you need that, but let's hope you don't. There's also a tray table in front of you that you can use, of course, to eat your meals or do whatever you need to on, but you can only use it when the seatbelt signs are off. You've also got this thing you can hang stuff on, and these things you can twist and turn to get aircon. And some reading lights. What more could you ask for? And there's also a button that you can press and it will go ping, and a cabin crew will come to your seat. But don't just press this for fun, it's only if you need something. During your flight there'll be a few services from the cabin crew, including food and drink, which on a short haul flight like this you can order on the menu in the seat pocket, and also a duty-free one later on in the flight. Here's the food and drink service on today's flight. Free corn. Thoughts on the free corn?
I don't know.
Thank you. See how the corn tastes. Look, it's free. There's a nice gesture. So that's gone for the shortbread. How is it?
Horrible.
What's wrong with it?
It's unbelievably dry.
Yeah, but you got the water. Oh, you got the water. At the back and the front of the aircraft, you'll find toilets. So on board the British Airways bathroom, this is the one sort of like the hidden door, and that one. It's really quiet because my head is really quiet. Anyway, very good flight so far. Really basic, as you'd expect to Dublin. Anyway, yeah. So we now started our descent, and I want an honest opinion, right? You can be brutally honest. How's the plane ride been?
Yeah. I'm trying not to say good here.
Yeah. Cheers. A lot of people are scared of flying. Obviously, it's the first time you've been on a plane in quite a long time. Not out of fear of flying, but do you get why? Is it at all like scary? I guess.
Not really.
No. There you go then.
But you should much worse.
So there you go. Everybody who's scared of flying, you should be reassured. This guy says it's not scary.
Yeah. To say, Joe.
Yeah, no, been good at flying. Been a good flying. I'm pleasantly surprised as always. It's you know when you get for British Airways. No complaints at all.
Yeah.
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 Then it's time to descend on your flight. Now this is exactly the same as ascending and climbing as I called it earlier, except you go in the opposite way, obviously, right? One thing I would say though is some people suffer with a ear pain during descent that can get quite painful. This is due to the pressure of going down, simply put. I'd recommend bringing some chewing gum or some hard-boiled sweets that you can suck on, and this will help relieve your ears a little bit. The approach process involves following a pre-planned route until they get to the approach for the runway, at which point they line up with the runway and get ready to land. Sometimes this can get quite bumpy, and don't be concerned, all these pilots are of course very trained and used to every single situation. There's quite an unlikely event which is called a go-around, where the plane will abort the landing. I've never experienced this personally, but it does happen pretty often, especially in bad weather, and it's just simply giving the landing another go if they think it's a bit too bumpy or a bit too wobbly. At several times during landing, you may feel as if the aircraft is slowing down in mid-air. What this actually is the gear and flaps dropping to create drag upon landing, basically allowing the aircraft to fly at slower speeds during landing process. I'd like to take this moment to kindly ask that if you are enjoying the video, could you please hit the like and subscribe button. It is the best way of showing support for the channel, and it helps me out more than you can imagine.
That's not a smacker, I mean. Bloody
Not too bad. Been on worse.
definitely, Jesus.
Welcome to Dublin after my flight with British Airways on board their Airbus A321neo. In this video, I've guided you through each process of the flight journey, and hopefully I've given you some more knowledge on planes and reassured you about the flying process by explaining what certain noises are and feelings are. However, before I end the video, I want to go over some basic facts that may help reassure any nerves. Firstly, it is a well-known fact that flying is the safest mode of transportation. In fact, statistics show it's safer than driving, biking, or even walking. The odds of a plane crash are about 1 in 11 million. Also, pilots are highly trained professionals. They undergo extensive training before flying commercial planes that last many years, and they practice emergency scenarios and simulators regularly to ensure they are prepared for absolutely anything. Another one worth putting out is that turbulence is not dangerous. Planes are designed to withstand turbulence. Even severe turbulence won't cause a plane any damage. Pilots and air traffic control work together to minimize turbulence when possible. Another fact is that planes can still fly if the engine fails. Even in the very rare case of both engine failing, planes can glide for miles and land safely. Another fact, air traffic control ensures planes stay safely apart. There are strict regulations and advanced radar systems to prevent collisions, and planes fly at different altitudes and have automated systems to avoid any conflicts in the air. And finally, millions and millions of people fly safely every day. There are more than 100,000 flights taking off and landing every single day. Millions of passengers reach their destinations safely without any issues. Now, I'm an av geek, so I've never experienced this sort of nervous feeling around flying. However, I do understand why people feel like this. Flying can be seen as quite a scary thing, and I'm not sitting here and telling you that you shouldn't have a fear. Heck, I have some ridiculous fears. You should see me when I see a hornet or something like that. Bloody hell. But I hope this video has given you some reassurance. If you still need further guidance, I don't blame you at all. And things that you can look into are nervous flyers courses. British Airways offer a good one for that matter. This is a flight with trained professionals who will help you feel less nervous when flying, and it will take you on a short flight from Heathrow to Heathrow where you can experience the flying feeling.
Cabin crew, thanks very much. Doors to manual and cross check, please.
Once you've arrived at the airport, you'll be allowed to deboard the aircraft. This may be done through stairs or a jet bridge, but either way you will end up into the arrivals area of the airport terminal. If you are flying internationally, you will be asked to display your passport at some point after you get off the plane, so have this ready for customs. These seats are slightly better than the ones back there, which is a bit odd. You do pay more for the to be there, and then you've got the fancier class here with the blocked out middle seat. It's not even blocked out. Jeez. That's the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy it, but not just enjoy it. I hope for those of you who haven't flown in your life or in a while, don't know what to expect, or maybe even have a fear of flying, feel better after watching today's video. In this video, I went step by step through the airport process, like checking your bags, getting security, but I also described lots of different sensations when flying and what every single noise means. If you have any further questions, please do leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. With that all being said, make sure to like and subscribe for future content. As promised, 2025 should be the year that Travelino fully returns, and we should have at least 1 or 2 uploads per month. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!